are listening to the EPT Works Listen, Love, Give podcast. Hi, I'm Dr. Annette Cargioli, the Forgiveness Doctor. I'm here to help you create phenomenal health, happiness, and new life with energy, intuition, and forgiveness. EPT is short for Emotional Polarity Technique, an innovative, holistic emotional therapy that will change your life for good. You can subscribe to this podcast, get free EPT training at eptworks.com, and like us on Facebook. Hi, everyone. In this episode, you will learn what are the 7 stages of healing, how to identify that stage a person is in, and why that is so important for getting faster healing results. For those listening who are new to EPT, you will learn why you are not healing in your life. And you will find out exactly where you are stuck and how EPT can get you unstuck faster than you ever thought possible. I was reading Barbara Brennan's book, Light Emerging, when I came across her descriptions of the 7 stages of healing. Her explanation of these stages helped me to understand a common experience I had as a holistic chiropractor. A patient with a terrible case of low back and leg pain would come to me for help. I would adjust them and give them supplements, and they would walk out practically pain-free. Another patient would come in with what appeared to be the very same pain syndrome, and no matter what I did, I couldn't budge the pain on this patient. After learning about the 7 stages of healing, I realized that even though I may have the solution to a particular problem a patient has, it is the stage of healing the person is in that will determine how fast they will respond to my brilliant care. The 7 stages of healing is a scale that measures where a person is with regard to their spiritual awareness. The higher a person is on the scale, the faster they can respond to any healing modality. Since people are multidimensional, a person can be in one stage of healing with regard to their body image, another stage of healing with regard to their marriage relationship, and yet another stage of healing with regard to their financial health. I have found that while different areas of your life may test as being in different stages of healing, you will also test as being in a general stage of healing. As you begin to understand the 7 stages of healing, you will see the value of just knowing this scale and how it explains where you have been, where you are stuck, and where you are going. Here they are. Stage 1, denial. This is the sense that what you are going through is normal. Everyone has problems. Even though my teenage son is rebelling against my authority, I think this is perfectly normal and can't possibly represent any deeper problem in him or the family. Even though I put on extra weight and I'm tired all the time, I think it's just because of age. Phrases that operate in stage 1 include, "There is nothing wrong with me. It's normal to hurt when you're 50. This will go away on its own. This is not really happening." Stage 2, anger. As you get tired of your pain or problems persisting, you get angry. You look around and see that others are not suffering like you are. People who aren't as good as you are doing better than you, and this really makes you angry. Phrases that operate in stage 2 include, "Why me? I hate this. I'm mad it won't go away, and I have to deal with it. It's not fair. I see others doing fine, and this makes me feel really angry and all alone." Stage 3, bargain. You begin to notice what others are doing that works for them. A sense of blame or shame about your problem emerges. There is a sense that maybe you just need to do the right thing and then it will be fixed. In bargain, you will be drawn to anything you can do that promises quick results. Because you hate your life and life situation, you will do anything to change it. Sometimes the bargain itself is a painful way of paying for the failure existing in your life. Phrases that operate in stage 3 include, okay, I've been very bad and now I have to serve my punishment. I promise I will meditate 3 times a day. I will take all 100 vitamins I need. I will never eat wheat or sugar again. I will get 10 colonics. I will drink 1 gallon of organic carrot juice a day. I will fast 1 day a week. I will buy an expensive health club membership and work out 3 times every week. I will eliminate all meat from my diet. I will never touch another cigarette. I will drink any health concoction that guarantees me miracles, especially if it tastes horrible. Once I have fulfilled this bargain, I'm sure God will grant me healing. Stage 4, depression. This stage is like standing with your nose up against an unmoving wall. You can't see over the wall or around it. You feel exhausted and stuck. Your heart is broken. You feel like you have done all there is to do, and maybe it's time to just accept that life is horrible. This is where a lot of people self-medicate with drugs, alcohol, food, or mindless media consumption. Some people will just abandon their lives and attempt to start something brand new. They don't believe any change is necessary in themselves. They only see the need to change what is all around them. Without realizing the beliefs that created their painful life, they can only create the same thing they had before. Eventually, they will find themselves back at the wall with the same pain as before. Low energy results from the lost hope of getting what you wanted the way you wanted it. You try to pretend you don't really care, but you do. You depress feelings instead of acknowledging them, feeling them, and letting them go. The natural flow of healing is stopped. Depression is the stage of healing that calls for an internal change, letting go of a belief, habit, or idea that has not allowed your full and true expression of love. God is calling on you to open your heart to love more than you did before. This is where you must begin to love the parts of yourself and your life that you have not fully loved. You are learning to love the unlovable. This is the stage where people get stuck and lose hope. Stage 4 is where EPT really shines as an effective healing tool that helps people get unstuck. EPT is all about helping people let go of their internal constructs of negative beliefs that keep them from creating more in their life than they could possibly think of under their current mindset. EPT expands your ability to love what is, the good, the bad, and the ugly. When you can love more, you open space to receive more of what you love. Stage 5, acceptance. You are no longer angry or depressed about your condition. The actions you take to help yourself in acceptance look a lot like the actions you may take in bargain. The difference is that in acceptance, behavior changes are made because you love your life. You take your vitamins and eat right because you love yourself and couldn't think of doing it any other way. In bargain, behavior changes are made because you hate your life. The changes that you make out of the motivation of loving your life manifest more rapid, permanent change in your life. Strategies that didn't work in bargain are now working for you better than ever in acceptance. You experience great relief as your healing process speeds up. Stage 6, light emerging. I've had 5 natural childbirths, so I know stage 6 really well. Stage 6 is a lot like transition in childbirth. While it is the most intense part of labor, it is also the shortest part of the baby delivery. Once transitional labor begins, the birth of the new baby is very close. During this phase, it is not unusual for the birthing mom to doubt if it is really going to happen. Even though transition is the shortest part of labor, the birthing mom feels like it is an eternity. There is no stopping the delivery at this point. The baby is coming, and it's sooner rather than later. Natural forces and a loving birthing support team synchronize to help mama deliver the new baby. This is a perfect metaphor for what happens in light emerging. As your life transforms, natural forces and loving people synchronize to help you deliver your new life. This stage of healing epitomizes the phrase, let go and let God. With all the beliefs you held in depression out of the way, God is free to deliver the desires of your heart. One day you may feel light and hopeful, anticipating great things, and the next day you may feel like you are back in depression and nothing is really changing. Unlike the stuck, unmoving energy of depression, there is a distinct energy of forward movement taking place in light emerging as the natural forces of God bring forth what you have been asking for. Even doubting doesn't stop the force of energy at this point. Your new life is created and now it is being born. In this stage of healing, you gain greater appreciation for who you are. There is also more insight into your divine purpose. You realize greater faith and understanding that you can actually change your relationship to past events and heal them. In light emerging, there is rapid change automatically taking place in your life. The entire landscape of your current life is changing. You may find yourself replacing appliances or a car or even your home. You may find that people you spent a lot of time with are no longer around as much, and they are being replaced with new connections. You may find that significant family relationships change. For one person, this means a divorce. For another, it means a totally new way of relating to your spouse. A person could spend a lifetime in denial, anger, bargain, or depression. Indeed, many people do. Being stuck in these stages of healing, there is no real change. A person stuck in anger, bargain, or depression is bound to create the same painful emotional experience over and over, never able to create something brand new. A miracle happens when you actually get to experience something you didn't even know was possible. To gain access to real change in your life, you must identify and let go of the beliefs that separate you from God's truth, love, and abundance. God gave you the free will to decide what you want to believe or not to believe. Moving into light emerging is a result of letting go of false beliefs based on imperfect life experiences. Your false beliefs are the basis by which you create difficult life experiences. As you let go of these false beliefs and lies, you open up space in your life for more truth and love to enter in and change your life in miraculous ways. This is why in EPT we say, this is not where you thought you were going. It's so much better. Stage 7, creation of new life. This stage is like having a brand new baby. There is excitement and joy in the new life. You are learning to do things in a different way. Your entire life is affected as you move into healthful balance again. Change and opportunity that once seemed unattainable are now clearly manifesting in your life. You continue to expand your capacity for self-love and self-acceptance. You attract new friends. You choose a new profession. You may move to a new location. Greater spiritual awareness has changed the entire landscape of your life. Once I understood this scale of healing, it became easier for me to recognize why one person heals very quickly and another one doesn't seem to change at all. I began to realize that whether a client did really well or not so good was an indication of where they were located spiritually on this scale. Ideally, if an EPT practitioner only saw clients who were in acceptance or light emerging, those clients would all look like walking miracles. Of course, the miraculous changes are the result of the client's spiritual awareness and not only the practitioner's fantastic healing methods. These incredible healing methods aren't nearly as miraculous when used on a client who is in denial, anger, bargain, or depression. While it's true that a miracle can evoke greater spiritual awareness in a person, it is also true that greater spiritual awareness can evoke a miracle. For this reason, EPT relies heavily on this scale, the 7 stages of healing, as a measure of where you are located on a spiritual level. Everything you experience in life is designed to open you up to greater spiritual awareness. It is greater spiritual awareness that brings you a closer relationship with God. The closer you are in a relationship with God, the greater is your access to divine healing, where the miraculous springs forth. EPT, with its focus on energy, intuition, and forgiveness, is the tool you can use to actually move up this scale to greater spiritual awareness. When using this scale, an EPT practitioner will still go through the 4-step formula: focus, find it, fix it, and forgive it. Here's what an EPT practitioner will step through, combining these concepts of the 7 stages of healing and putting it all together. Number 1, focus on the problem. First, you're going to have to ask the client to focus on the problem they'd like to fix. The problem could be their low back pain, any physical pain, a life situation such as a divorce or a difficult relationship with a person. You ask the client to rate the problem on a scale of 1 to 10. Number 2, ask the body, what stage of healing are you in with regard to this problem? 1, test. 2, test. 3, test. The muscle will test weak on the correct stage of healing. Number 3, ask the body, how many issues are there? 1, test. 2, test. The muscle will again test weak on the correct number of issues. Number 4, say to the client, think of the first issue. The muscle will test weak as the body responds to the thought of the first issue. Number 5, 2-point to the forehead. Cover the client's forehead with your hand while the client is thinking of the issue. The muscle will get strong. Number 6, find it. Use deduction and muscle testing to discover the hidden memory in the form of a statement. I feel an emotion about a person or a thing at a certain age because fill in the blank. Remember to ask whose anger, your mother's anger, somebody else's anger, to make this statement. Once you have the statement, number 7 is fix it. Change the body's response to the memory represented by this statement by placing a magnet over an organ and a magnet over the client's forehead or emotional points. With magnets in place, squeeze the sides of the client's head 3 times on inhalation and relax the squeeze on exhalation. Number 8, ask the body, are there any more emotions on this memory? Test. A weak muscle means, yes, there are more emotions. Number 9, say, think about this memory at age 11 again. Test. The muscle will test weak at the thought. Number 10, touch the organs. While the muscle is still testing weak with the thought of the hidden memory, touch one organ at a time, looking for a strong muscle response. When the weak muscle response becomes strong upon touching an organ, remove your hand from the organ, such as the lung, and ask, is it grief? Test. Anguish? Test. Sadness? Test. The muscle will test weak to answer the question, yes. Number 11, fix each emotion separately with a strengthening magnet over an organ and a strengthening magnet over the forehead. This is done until there are no more emotions on this memory. While steps 1 through 11 are a lot of information to take in, an expert EPT practitioner is able to finish this part of the technique in about 1 to 5 minutes. The real bulk of healing work happens with the forgiveness and affirming belief statements. Number 12, forgive it. Position yourself next to the client and with one hand, hold the fear release points just under the collarbone on either side. The other hand is placed over the kidney area on the client's back. Coach the client through forgiveness statements. After the client repeats each statement, both you and the client take a deep breath in and breathe out together. For example, I forgive myself for believing it was all my fault. Breathe in, breathe out. I forgive myself for every time I hurt someone else's feelings. I forgive myself for believing this can't change. I forgive myself for believing mom has to change before I can let this go. I forgive my mom for hurting my feelings. I give my mom permission to forgive me for blaming her for my problem or pain. Next, say, without this anger or this pattern or this grief or pain, I am free to forgive my mom. I am free to be a better mom for my children. I am free to love myself more. I am free to be happier. After the first issue is identified and then released with forgiveness, the practitioner will then proceed to the second issue by telling the client, think of the second issue. The EPT 4-step formula is completed with each issue until there are no more issues. When the practitioner starts, the body may indicate there are 3 issues to heal in order to rise to a higher stage of healing. As the practitioner moves through forgiveness statements, the number of issues to heal can increase or decrease. Therefore, after each issue is completed with forgiveness, the practitioner will usually ask the body how many issues are left to do. 1, test, 2, test. The muscle will go weak on the correct number. Once the body indicates there are no more issues, the practitioner will ask the client to rate the problem on the subjective units of distress scale again, a scale of 1 to 10. Usually there is a significant drop in the subjective units of distress number. The practitioner will also ask the body, what stage of healing are you in now? Stage 5, test. Stage 6, test. It is common for a practitioner to move a client into stage 6, light emerging, in one session. If there is still a substantial distress number, then the practitioner can use the SUD scale itself to lower the distress number. For example, if the number changed from 10 to a 6, the practitioner would ask the body, how many issues to lower this distress number? 1, test, 2, test. Then the practitioner can go right into the putting it all together technique by saying, think of the first issue, test, muscle test weak, 2.2 emotional points, and this starts the process all over again. Testing what stage of healing you are in with regard to your problem is an incredible concept. It prioritizes your movement out of denial, anger, bargain, and depression into acceptance, transition, and new life. This repositioning of you is essential to creating the change you want in your life right now. You cannot create change in your life without going through these stages of healing. Once you become aware of this passage, you begin to recognize where you are in virtually every life situation. For example, you may be in light emerging in your career with a promotion and change of location. However, you may be stuck in anger, bargain, or depression with your overweight body. When you think of your job, you feel hopeful and happy. When you think of your body image, you feel depressed, hopeless, and exhausted. No matter how much you diet, you always end up with the same fatty body and a feeling of defeat and failure. With EPT, you can uncover the root emotions and memories that keep you overweight and feeling like a failure. Once you get to the root of the issue, you can release the body reaction and dive into forgiveness to release the beliefs that are keeping you fat. The 7 stages of healing is an invaluable map that reveals exactly where you are on your journey and where you need to go next. The next time you find yourself stuck in depression, you will know that you are simply being called to love more. It is time to let go of what doesn't allow you to love so you can love more of what you didn't think you could love in yourself and in others. The next time you notice the landscape of your life rapidly changing, you will know you are about to enter new life. No need for anxiety and fear. What you have asked for is being delivered. Relax. Soon you will be learning even more about love and life. EPT is a transformational tool that can help you move through these life stages with love, grace, and revelation as you become more of who you were always meant to be. This is not where you thought you were going. It's so much better. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to this podcast, like us on Facebook, and go get your free EPT training at eptworks.com. I'm Dr. Annette Cardioli, the Forgiveness Doctor. Until next time, listen, love, give. EPT works.